Here's babies almost never cry in public. It's 8:15 in the morning on the Yamanote line in Tokyo. The train is packed. A mother stands with her 10-month-old strapped to her chest, and the baby is wide awake, staring at the blur of the city outside the window. No wailing. No squirming. No stiff-armed reaching for the exit. Just calm. Now picture the same scene almost anywhere else in the world. A crowded bus, a fussy baby, a parent bouncing and shushing and quietly praying for the next stop. It's such a common scene that most parents have stopped questioning it. They assume babies just cry in public, it's the price of admission. But something different is happening in Japan. Public meltdowns are strikingly rare, and it's not because Japanese babies are wired differently. Researchers who study infant attachment across cultures have long noted that Japanese caregiving styles produce measurably calmer babies in unfamiliar or stimulating environments. That's not a coincidence. It's a method. By the end of this video, you'll understand the 3 specific habits behind this. Habits you could start using with your own child tonight. No plane ticket to Tokyo required. Now, you might be thinking, this only works because Japanese culture is quieter, more orderly, more reserved. But here's what's fascinating: the calm isn't cultural politeness rubbing off on the baby. It's a deliberate parenting practice, built on a very specific understanding of what a baby actually needs in a stressful moment. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. At the center of this approach is a concept Japanese parents rarely say out loud but practice instinctively: Anshinkan, a felt sense of safety, built moment by moment through the caregiver's body, not their words. Western parenting tends to lean on distraction, a toy, a snack, a phone. Japanese parenting leans on presence. And that single difference changes everything about how a baby's nervous system learns to handle the world. That difference is where our first habit begins. The first habit is what we can call body anchoring. Most Western parents, when a baby starts to get overstimulated, instinctively pull the baby away, turn them outward, or hand them something to look at: a phone screen, a toy, a window view. The instinct is to redirect the baby's attention outward, away from the discomfort. Japanese mothers do the opposite. When a baby shows the first flicker of distress, not full crying, but that pre-cry stiffness, she draws the baby in tighter against her chest, adjusts her breathing to be slow and audible, and says nothing at all. No shushing, no bouncing, no it's okay, on repeat. Just steady contact and steady breath. Here's the mechanism behind it. A baby's nervous system doesn't calm down because of what it sees. It calms down because of what it feels, specifically, co-regulation. Infants don't yet have the capacity to self-soothe. They borrow the nervous system of the adult holding them. When a caregiver's heart rate slows and their body stays loose and grounded, the baby's body reads that as a signal: there is no danger here. When a caregiver instead tenses up, jiggles frantically, or talks in a high, anxious voice even while trying to be soothing, the baby picks up the opposite signal. This is where the failure loop kicks in for so many parents. A baby starts to fuss, the parent panics internally, the parent's body tightens, their voice speeds up, and without meaning to, they're broadcasting alarm straight into the one nervous system that's borrowing theirs. The baby escalates. The parent escalates further. It feels like the natural response: do something, fix it now, but it often manufactures the very meltdown it's trying to prevent. The reframe is simple: your body is the message, long before your words are. The second habit builds directly on this, and it has to do with something most parents get completely backwards: how much a baby should be exposed to the world, versus shielded from it. Most parents, especially in the West, believe a fussy baby needs less stimulation: dim the lights, leave the noisy room, retreat somewhere quiet. It feels protective. It feels like common sense. Japanese caregivers do something almost the reverse. They routinely take babies into noisy, crowded, visually busy environments: train platforms, markets, festivals, starting from a very young age, and they don't rush to shield the baby from the noise. This is the second habit: graduated exposure. Instead of protecting a baby from the world, they let the baby experience it in small, repeated doses, always from the safety of the caregiver's arms. The mechanism here comes down to how a baby's stress response system actually develops. A nervous system doesn't get calmer by avoiding stimulation, it gets calmer by encountering manageable stimulation repeatedly, while anchored to safety. Developmental researchers call this a kind of stress inoculation. Small, survivable doses of arousal, buffered by a secure caregiver, teach the nervous system that new and loud and unfamiliar isn't automatically dangerous. Over time, the baseline threshold for "this is alarming" rises. The baby isn't calm because nothing exciting happens around them. The baby is calm because exciting things happen around them constantly, and every single time, nothing bad follows. Here's where the failure loop shows up for parents who take the opposite approach. Every time a baby seems overwhelmed, the parent removes them from the situation, leaves the party early, skips the noisy family gathering, avoids the crowded store. It feels responsible in the moment. But the baby never gets the chance to learn that overwhelm is survivable. Each avoidance quietly confirms the baby's fear response instead of teaching against it. So the next new environment feels just as threatening as the last one, and the meltdowns keep happening, right on schedule. The reframe: you can't protect a baby into calm. You can only prove to them, again and again, that calm is possible. And that brings us to the third habit, maybe the most overlooked one of all, because it isn't about what happens during the meltdown. It's about what happens in the hours before it ever has a chance to start. The third habit is rhythm building. Most parents think of a baby's day as a series of separate events: nap, feed, outing, bedtime, handled reactively, as they come. Japanese caregiving treats the day as one continuous, predictable rhythm, with the same sequence of small rituals repeating at the same points, every single day, almost like a heartbeat the baby can feel coming. Before that train ride, before that trip to the market, there was almost always a near-identical morning. The same feeding time, the same soft words at the same moment, the same order of getting dressed. By the time the baby is out in the world, their nervous system isn't meeting the day cold, it's already regulated, because the first 2 hours were completely familiar. The mechanism is predictability itself. A baby's stress response is triggered less by any single event and more by uncertainty about what's coming next. When days follow a consistent rhythm, the baby's brain builds an internal model of what happens next, and that model becomes a kind of armor. A loud train platform is much less alarming when it arrives at the same predictable point in an otherwise familiar day. The failure loop is almost invisible because it looks like flexibility. Parents let the schedule drift: a late nap here, a skipped routine there, because life is busy and rigid schedules feel unrealistic. But every disruption to rhythm is one more thing the baby's brain has to process as new, on top of everything else. A baby with no rhythm to lean on is a baby meeting every single moment of the day as a small unknown, and unknowns are exactly what the nervous system is built to react to. The reframe: it's not the busy day that overwhelms a baby. It's the unpredictable one. So here's what it comes down to. Body anchoring, so your calm becomes their calm. Graduated exposure, so the world stops feeling dangerous. Rhythm building, so each day arrives already familiar. None of this is a Japanese secret, it's simply how a baby's nervous system works, anywhere in the world. You don't need to overhaul your whole routine tonight. Pick one small ritual, the same 3 words before you leave the house, the same song before a nap, and repeat it every day this week. If this helped you see your baby differently, send it to a parent who needs it today. Subscribe for more parenting habits backed by real child development research. Next time, we're looking at the bedtime routine that ends toddler stalling for good. Because the calmest kids aren't born that way. They're built, one small moment at a time.